Hey everybody, this is CJ from Horrors of the Universe, and I want to talk to you about Poltergeist, and actually the 2015 version of Poltergeist, and why it's going to suck. Okay, so Poltergeist was a movie that I saw, I don't know, a countless amount of times as a kid, and probably the fact that it was released quite maybe like a month or so, maybe a little more than a month before I was born. Might have had something to do with me watching it so much. But again, it was a movie that I watched all the time and I loved. It actually freaked me out as a kid, and if I would go back and watch it, there are some moments that still freak me out. And it's just been great ever since it's been released, which is weird and makes this whole remake thing unnecessary. And what makes the original so great, isn't really the scares. It's more of the characters and how I actually feel sympathy for the characters, and what happens to them in their ordeal in that house. And uh, speaking of the characters, I really don't understand um, how anybody could think they could possibly have a Poltergeist movie without Heather O'Rourke or Zelda Rubinstein. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing her name. And rest in peace to both of them. But again, those were the two characters that really just made that movie. When Carol Ann says that infamous line of "They're here," it's almost like I really don't know what to say. I mean, that was just a classic line delivered perfectly, and the timing and direction from Toby Hooper just made that moment one of the most eerie and creepiest moments in horror cinema. And it's just so simple yet just delivered perfectly. And I really don't understand how anybody else can deliver that line as well and as hauntingly as Heather O'Rourke did. Another thing about this trailer that I saw for the 2015 remake, yeah, there was a lot of fancy special effects happening and visual effects, um, and of course, with remakes they always try to do that. But um, again, the original had some really great practical effects, and I don't know how they think they can top that one scene in the pool with actual real skeletons. Really, I don't know how the filmmakers or producers can think of even topping that scene. Those are real skeletons, and when you find out those are real skeletons, it's pretty creepy. And from what I heard, the cast and crew, I guess they didn't really know that those were real skeletons. Um, or I guess the cast didn't know. I'm pretty sure the crew knew, which is kind of horrifying. And maybe that's why there was a curse that unfortunately um, haunted the cast and crew of that movie. But again, um, I'll take practical effects over CGI any day. And the 1982 version, again, had some great practical effects that scared me as a kid. Are still pretty darn creepy now. So I really don't know what justice the filmmakers, the producers are trying to bring to the Poltergeist legacy by doing this remake, or if it's just this movie hasn't been remade yet. Let's cash in on it. But again, they're really this is a very unnecessary remake. There's some films that you can argue, yeah, they could use a remake or an up-to-date remake. But again, Poltergeist, it's just a classic movie, and again, it was done really well, directed really well. Everything from the casting crew, especially the cast, they did an awesome job, had awesome chemistry that made them feel like they were a real family. Um, so, and again, without that, without actually investing yourself emotionally to those characters, that movie falls flat, and it didn't fall flat because um, those characters, there were people that you could feel like you could walk in their shoes, and what you can imagine what it would feel like to be in that situation. So again, I just I'm just confused, maybe a little upset that this movie was remade, but again, I might I'll probably end up going to watch it just out of curiosity. Um, but again, I'm very certain that this movie is going to suck, and again, really unnecessary to be remade. So, thank you.